Good morning, Vancouver. It's February the 7th, and from the Pollinate Studios, which is apparently hovering over Burrard Inlet, this is Terminal City News. With the reversion of HST back to GST and PST, several mayors in Metro Vancouver are petitioning the provincial government for solutions to TransLink's funding. One such possibility is raising the PST from 7% up to 7.1 to 7.5%. The Canadian Taxpayer Federation says the issue isn't one of needing more funding as much as it is overspending on TransLink's part, calling for more transparency in their operations. One can infer the CTF is not in favor of business lunches at the revolving restaurant, team-building exercises at strip clubs, and clowns at every staff meeting. Angels After Dark, the biggest escort agency in Kamloops, got into some hot water this week when it came to light that they were recruiting girls from Facebook. The issue? Quite a few of the girls contacted were teenagers. In Angels After Dark's defense, they did ask the girls' ages first, and then asked if the girls knew anyone who was over 18. But I feel the bigger issue is, why not contact me? Look, I'm willing to make $500 a night entertaining gentlemen. I mean, come on, it's just a couple of drinks and a round of Monopoly, right? Come on. After several years of declining attendance, the PNE is set to drop ticket prices by 20%. The event has gone on the record to say that after consulting many patrons, they had a genuine wish to stay competitive as a summer destination. It is such a widespread announcement that even the super dogs have agreed to take a cut, going from President's Choice dog food to the garbage bin outside that poutine place. Even with the PNE cut, a recent study has found that Vancouver is the most expensive city in North America. Now, I already mentioned in our first episode that Vancouver is the second least affordable city in the world, showing the disconnect between cost of living and standard of living. But this new study illustrates just how high that standard of living is. However, some Vancouverites argue that's the price we pay for not living in Winnipeg. UBC hosted a cancer awareness event in style with a unique twist. A giant inflatable colon measuring 40 feet long by 8 feet high dominated the area with its little polyps and spirits of discontent. I can't wait for next year's exhibits. Sinuses and Us, Tooth Cavity Mayhem, and Follow the Catheter! A Coast Mountain bus driver came to the rescue of a woman who was being sexually harassed by a 46-year-old man earlier this week, only to have the man verbally assault him. When the police arrived, the tone got significantly darker when the man threatened to shoot the driver with a gun in his pocket. So let me get this straight. You wait until after the police show up before making your gun threats? Why can't you just be like everyone else and complain about transit on Facebook? A public meeting at Killarney Rec Centre turned ugly the other night when Vision Vancouver Council member Trevor Loke began a tirade against citizens regarding their objections to centralizing the way the community centres are run in the city. One man in the audience demanded to know why Loke was treating them like children, to which Loke replied, "F***ing I'll f*** your face up, you little sucking." Several other people leapt up and shouted back, "We'll f*** your face, you little." Chairs were thrown, two men stabbed each other with rapiers, Hell's Angels dragged off several elders, fires were lit around the dais, and there were even some cream pies thrown around. Finally, and this part is actually true, the police were called to smooth things over. And then at last, when all was said and done, everyone was left with one thought. What exactly was this about? Finally, on February the 5th, the second half of that horrible abomination we dare to call entertainment was aired. The Real Housewives of Vancouver. Do I even need to mention how insanely unrepresentative these pampered, pretentious princesses are with our city? That's why the pilot episode of my series, The Real Housewives of Vancouver, is set to air next Tuesday night. You gotta watch it. And that's all the news we have for this week, Vancouver. Check back next week when... Real Housewives was canceled already?